I mean, I think it's brilliant when any soap highlights an issue that people don't talk about. I think what some people have said is that it's the number of those big, hard-hitting things on screen at any one time. It's not just one here that's focused on and done properly. It seems that everybody on the street has got something going on in their lives that is big and huge and actually dark. And for a viewer, it's just too much.
I do understand that point of view, and I think that, I mean, obviously, I think the pacing of storytelling and the pacing of soap has changed generally anyway. And, you know, the classic Corrie that you just showed there is fantastic and iconic. But times have changed and viewing habits have changed. I do think that we have a breadth of storytelling. I do think that we still have funny stories. The writers on Coronation Street, a lot of them have been there a lot longer than I have, and they will be there long after I've gone, and they really safeguard that. So we do have a breadth, but I agree. I think that we have got.
You can overrule the writers then.
You'd be surprised how strong they can be. But no, I mean, I think that that there is a breadth of storytelling, and that's really, really important. And the comedy hasn't gone. I mean, you know all about the Soap Awards, and Dolly Rose obviously won Best Comedy there. I've said that before recently, and that's because our comedy stories are still really strong. So,
but when you've got people like Michael Parkinson, he said in the Radio Times, "I never imagined I would recoil from watching Coronation Street, but the kidnapping and torture of Andy and Vinnie and their brutal murder by Pat Phelan had little to do with that gentle, funny reminder of life in the North Country I so admired in the early 1960s when I joined Granada Television." Is he just out of date? Has life moved on?
I don't want to say Parky's out of date, but I do think it's interesting that obviously people with profile, if they make a comment about the show, it tends to get quoted. What I go on is our viewing figures. They are up year on year. My bosses seem happy with that. I'm happy with that. Obviously, everyone's entitled to an opinion, and I would love it if Parky still loved the show as much as he did in the 60s. But I do think that things have moved on, and that's OK.